Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop this week. Got 7 comics this week. 6 from my pull list and 1 I pulled off the shelf. But first, we'll show you the top of my now working printer. I had to return the new one I bought last Wednesday, and Friday they shipped me a new one. So now I got these 2 on top of it. Ms. Tree number 37, covered by Terry Beatty. What is he saying there? It's not your funeral, Dad. It's theirs. I haven't read these Ms. Trees since the 80s. There's 113 of Avengers, another they killed the man she loved and the world will pay kind of thing. This one is by, it's signed down there, Buckler and Sinnott. I don't remember this cover at all. It's been so long. I just pulled this one out. I was like, look, I'll look at that one for a while because I don't remember it. So these are the 2 that sat on top of my printer all week so I could look at them. Let's see what comics we got. We will start with World Tree, issue number 8. And since it's, I think first it did 5 issues, then it went on break, and now it's been back. I think with issue 6, right? Did it? Yeah. Words by James Tinian. The 4th, art by Fernando Blanco, colors by Jordi Belair, and letters by Aditya Bidikar. It's been it's a cyberpunk story. Some internet thing is taking over the world and they're trying to stop it, and the cops are after a lot of we got 12 panel grids here, 3 times 4. Yeah, so we'll see what's going on with those layouts. But I've been enjoying the story. It's been good. And then we're 1 issue away from the 50th issue of Monstrous. I wonder if it's going to be double-sized or anything. I don't know why it would be, because this isn't that type of series. But the story so far, they're going to recap 48 issues in that. This has been a fun series. I've been enjoying it. Was it Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda? Sana Takeda's on the art, and she does a terrific job with it. I think it's digitally painted over pencil. The whole thing could be digital, who knows? But it's not inked so much as it's colored right over the pencils. And then, there's a lushness. There's a decorative lushness to it. Looks like we got. I think one story just ended. They were on this sort of world. A lot of the main characters. There's so many characters in this. It's high fantasy, huge plot going on. That's been going on for 49 issues. So to describe it isn't even easy. So it's amazing that they gave it a try there, didn't they? Let's see how they tried to describe it. Mecha, Kippa, and Ren finally escaped the prison planet Golga, and Mecha, through her grief, came to terms with the truth of her mother's death and made peace with her child self. Her child self was literally another character. But all is not well. Of course it's not. There's a whole... you know what? I can't read any more of that because... who knows? That means nothing to anybody who's never read any of that. But it's a good series, Monstrous. Then we got Tony Daniels, Edenwood. Issue number 5. This feels really thin. I think this is a 24-page package. Tony S. Daniel is one of those mainstream. I think he did a lot of work for DC guys. So I really was never that familiar with his work. But I'm enjoying this series. He's doing a pretty good job writing it, too. Once again, another fantasy series. Except this time, Edenwood is the name of this sort of literal woods that's growing on our Earth here, and there's like fantasy creatures in the woods. It's like another world that's trying to taking over ours. And this is a bunch of humans who got wandered into the woods, and now are living life in this fantasy landscape. And it takes place over. It's like in the first issue they wandered into the woods, but then they fast forwarded like 5 years, except depending on where and when you enter the woods, time moves at a different rate. So, like the 5 main characters or so who entered the woods in the first issue are all different ages. So it's fun stuff. Speaking of fun stuff, we've got Ice Cream Man and guys climbing out of his nose. What issue of Ice Cream Man is this? Issue 38. Wow, there's been a lot of issues of this. And it's by Maxwell Prince. The art is by Martin Morazzo. Colors by Chris O'Halloran. Lettering by Good Old Neon. This is a horror anthology, meaning that but there's one story every issue, and it's usually kind of disconnected. It's not always connected, except the Ice Cream Man shows up being evil in a lot of them. So I don't know what this one's about. I never know what they're about. And that's part of the reason I love this series. They're very imaginative. The stories they got going on are really imaginative. So I like that. And like with each... And it's like, you won't know what this cover means until you read the story. And then you'll go, that's what that cover means. Little versions of himself crawling over himself. Bugs? I don't know. Maybe it's a story about bugs. We'll have to see. And let's see. Now we've got Radiant Black, issue 28, and issue 28. Let's see, do they go this way? Do they connect? There we go. They connect that way. This is the series. I think this is the last. This is part 6 and 7. I think this is the last double issue because for the last, I think, 4 issues, it's been 2 issues a month. These 28 and 28.5. These are numbered because they split the timeline. In one timeline, character A chooses to be Radiant Black, and the other timeline, character B chooses to be Radiant Black. And I think they're converging next issue to where only one of them is going to be Radiant Black. But meanwhile, we've had 2 different stories and 2 different timelines. The stories are very similar, but in each story, a different guy is Radiant Black, so things go differently. So this has been fun. I've been enjoying that gimmick. It's been nice stuff. This is by, who does this? Higgins Clark, Costa. Let's see. The writer on 28.5, the writers are Kyle Higgins and Joe Clark. I think they write both of them. But in this one, the penciler is Marcelo Costa, who's done a lot of the other issues. The colorist is Rod Fernandez. Letters by Becca Carey. And in this one, the penciler is Eduardo Ferragato. The colorist is Raul Angulo. Becca Carey on letters. But the art styles look very similar. I guess they're really trying to make the art styles look similar. So that's interesting. And the one I picked up off the shelf was the really thick Savage Sword of Conan. This is, and I was surprised. I'd heard Savage Sword of Conan was coming out, but I didn't put on my poll. I didn't realize it was going to be a magazine, and I didn't realize it was going to be in black and white, like the old Savage Sword of Conan. And I picked up the Gerardo Zaffino cover. This was cover B. I think it's $7 for this, was it? Yeah, $6.99, so $7. Though I have to say, just in flipping, I figured I'd get it and read it. And flipping through it, it doesn't look like the art was made. It looks like the art was colored, and then they just turned it into black and white. Because it doesn't look like the nice wash Conan stuff from the 70s. This is, definitely computer colored Conan, but like look at this Conan right here. See how he all grays out? That's kind of what if he was color and they just made it black and white would do. I don't know that a person working in tones would make the entirety of Conan one gray tone there. Even though it's got little nuances of gray tone, but overall it looks like one gray tone. Like that there. A T-Rex. What's a T-Rex doing in Conan? See how gray that T-Rex looks and kind of the unorganized. I don't know. I mean, I don't know but it looks kind of to me like they did them in color and then just said, turn them grayscale. But I'm not 100% sure. And I was getting it anyway just to see what it looked like. See, does it tell us who did the in the credits? Conan and the Dragon Horde, a new Conan tale. From writer John Arcudi and artist Max von Fafner. I guess that there's no grayscale credit, so I guess the artist is doing it. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to reading it. All right, let me show you a little something I did. My latest dreams of things. I'll have to show you the new series I started too, but I don't have any out here now. Not comic book covers, but prints. There we go. We got that guy looking at you with his blue and yellow. I don't think this is the one where I have the new markers yet. I just got, I think last week you saw I did an art supply haul with some new markers. This is from before that art supply haul. So there's no new colors in this one, but new colors from last year. Kind of like the way this game. I like that those red, yellow, and blue exclamation point people down there. Except they'd be upside down exclamation points, wouldn't they? The heads would have to be where their feet are. Well, there you go. A little bit of artwork, some comic books, and you guys have a good week out there.